My friend Jared and I live in a small village, and there isn't much to do, so we decided to go fishing. However, this morning it was quite calm than usual. The streets were empty, the stores and restaurants were bare, and there was nobody around. When we got there, we saw a strange figure in a dark brown snow coat kneeling down on the riverbank. He was holding a red and black fishing rod. "Good morning," I called out. "Are the fish biting today?" The man didn't answer. He let out a small laugh and started to sway side to side. I went closer and asked again, "Are the fish biting?" I took a few more steps and then stopped in my tracks. The man began to sway faster and faster. I couldn't see his face because it was hidden by the hood of his coat. Just then, I saw something that horrified me. At his feet, there was a human hand severed at the wrist. I felt a chill go down my spine as I started to back away. The man slowly turned his head to face me. What I saw was bloodshot, piercing red eyes and sharp yellow teeth. Instead of his nose, he had two strangely triangular holes. He stared directly into my eyes and gave a bloody grin. I turned back to Jared. Not knowing what I had seen, he looked at me in bewilderment. I glanced behind me, watching the man getting up and coming towards us. Without waiting to see what would happen next, I grabbed Jared's arm and dragged him with me, shouting, "Run!" We rushed over into the trees, hoping the man wouldn't see us, looking back every 5 seconds to make sure the man wasn't following us. On the way, I told Jared about the severe hand and the terrifying face. He was just as scared as I was. We sprinted to the police station. I pulled on the door handle, but it was locked. I pounded on the glass, but no one answered. "Listen, I'm going to go see if we can get inside," I said. "You stay here and watch if that guy comes." "But I'm scared. What am I going to do if he—" Jared said while shaking. I didn't let him finish though. I ran around the corner and found an open window. I climbed in. The lights were flickering ominously. Gathering all my courage, I walked in, seeing all of the broken glass, the broken pieces of the phone. The desk was on its side, and papers and furniture all stewed across the place. Just then, I heard someone shouting, sounding like Jared. I rushed to the front door. From behind, I heard a door open and a figure lurked in the darkness. "Who's there?" I shouted. There was no response, but I saw two familiar red eyes peering at me. I froze. The figure emerged from the darkness and stepped into the light. It was the same face from the riverbank. Except this time, the man was dressed in a policeman uniform. The man came toward me in lightning speed and grabbed my neck with his strong, bony hands. The man stuck out his black tongue and licked his lips. As I watched in horror, his face started shifting and changing right before my eyes. Without thinking, I grabbed the first thing I could find, a pen. With all my might, I drove it through his neck. Blood gushed out of it. His grip loosened and I managed to break free. I rushed down the hall and yanked open the first door I saw. Inside was human flesh and gnawed bones. The sight made my stomach twist and turn. I fell to my knees and threw up on the ground. I was shaking with fear, realizing that these were the remains of the other policemen. Just then, I remembered Jared. He was waiting for me outside. I ran to the front door and opened it. "Everything okay?" I asked. Remembering him screaming, Jared replied, "Everything is fine. I thought I saw someone moving inside, but never mind. Let's get home before that crazy guy comes back." We ran home. Once we reached Jared's house, we found a note from his parents saying, "Gone to visit your grandmother, be back later tonight." We locked the doors, feeling more calm and less scared. We turned on the news and everything seemed normal. I guess it was just near our area. Anyway, everything was fine now. Nothing to worry about. Jared, sitting next to me, was strangely pale. I asked him if he was okay and he just shrugged his shoulders. "Something is wrong." He got up and went to the bathroom. All of a sudden, a weird, wild fear seized me. "It can't be," flashed through my head. Trying to speak loud but calmly, I asked Jared, By the way, where's your sister? Did she go with your parents too? I heard his voice from the bathroom. Probably. As a realization sunk in, a wave of horror washed over me. As a freezing sensation went down my spine, I whispered to myself, he doesn't have a sister. I heard the door creak open. He was staring at me, eyes red.